Okay, just a second. There's some issue. It's running some issue. Okay, yeah. There we go. Yesterday we discussed about the process of communication, the definition of communication, how the communication in and itself is very important and what it is in our life and shaping our destination and success. We discussed about the procedure, that's the sender, receiver, and all about the feedback and all those things. Today we'll be looking into the types of communication. How many types of and we'll be looking at types of communication in further sessions. But however, as just glimpse today, we are types of communication. So first of all, depending on the usage of words, the types of communication is being segregated. The first is depending on the usage of words, and second category is depending on the participation of people. That's how many in the process of communication is, or many more people. So depending on that, accordingly, the communication is being segregated. That's called one more kind of communication. So let's look into it. Depending on the words, the number of depending on the words used, the communication is being categorized into two. Again, number one is verbal communication and verbal communication. So what's verbal communication? We use words, that's called verbal communication, and where no words that are being used, that's called as non-verbal communication. And again, this verbal communication is being segregated further into two more categories: written verbal communication, and second is spoken. As I said, we'll go in detail about communication and non-verbal communication in the further video. Is just going to be some kind of glimpse and some kind of synopsis instead of going in detail. All right. Depending on the usage of words, that's verbal communication and non-verbal communication. And depending on the number of people, the communication is being segregated into four again. Intrapersonal communication. What's intrapersonal communication? Probably you should be understanding who is an introvert. Introvert is the person who like. Do you know about intranet? The internet connection that's within some limits. If not the connection that happens within, that's called within a company, if not within your home or some kind of secluded area, that's called as intranet. What does intrapersonal communication mean? Intrapersonal communication just mean that having communication with ourselves. Next comes in, so what's interpersonal communication? Interpersonal communication is any kind of communication that you have with two or more people. That's you are speaking to you. So this is called interpersonal communication. If not, you speak with when you speak with a group of people on a particular topic, that's called as a group discussion. A group discussion, in a group discussion, we have discussion with some people, but however, it's going to be about very maybe perhaps you want to attend a marriage in the next week, so you're sitting with your family and having a discussion with them. So that is a group discussion. For a tour, and you're having all those plans, where to go, when to go, how much is the budget. So chalking out all these, this is also called as a group discussion when you're sitting with your family and having a chat with them. that can be formal or informal, but however topic and you are discussing with a group of people about that. So that's called as group discussion. And finally, we have public speaking. So what, I don't have to explain what's public speaking to you, but however, this is an so influential inter interpersonal communication that's going great energy for the people who are listening. Spoken by one person to a huge audience on an upper platform like a stage. If not, it could be something a person is speaking to huge area of people, huge masses of people. These are the types of communication that we have, and tomorrow we'll be going in detail that we spoke here. What's verbal communication in details? What is non-verbal communication? Generally, many people imagine that non-verbal communication means body language, but surprisingly, non-verbal communication is, tomorrow I'll be explaining it to you. Non-verbal communication list, and among all that, body language just comes under one part. So tomorrow we are going to look into a topic that's in details of all these kinds of communication. I'll also be very much excited to see you there also tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. If you mention in the comment section as live, if you are watching the replay of this, please do mention replay. Good night and more power.